Why come on this course? Well, it's unique actually, but that's not a reason to come on it. Why did we set it up is perhaps a better question. We set it up because there was nothing like it, and we could see the need for it. The food system is highly complicated, and that's what this course tries to give students a better understanding of. What do I mean by the food system? What shapes what we eat? Why do we get what we get? Why do we like what we get? What determines what I eat as opposed to what you eat? What are the outcomes of it? What's the impact of it on health, on environment, on society, on jobs, on the economy? These are all huge questions that were rattling around our brains 20 years ago. And they came out of the rebirth of international discussion about food policy. In the Second World War, in the First World War, in the 19th century, many of the questions that we ask on this course were actually being asked. What's a good food system? How cheap should food be? Does it make a difference if I eat this way or that way? Can we feed the world with population growing? These are actually very old questions. So partly what we do on this course is revisit some very old questions, but we look at the present. This is a course about the presence and present realities of food policy. Who are the actors? Who shapes it? The companies, governments, you and I, consumers, civil society. They're noisy, but are they powerful? We ask questions like that. What shapes what we eat? What shapes the food system? We keep coming back to that. And that's what this course does. And it does it, we spent 2 years discussing its outline. This is 18 years ago. And it's been going for 16 years. And this formula, I think, has worked, or the students tell us it's worked. It's that we look at tensions across the food system. We lay out a basic architecture of what's the way of thinking about these complicated questions. We discuss the actors, the structures, the governance, the institutions, the big themes, and then we dissect them. We look at the politics, the economics, the social and cultural aspects. What's a good diet for the health? Is it the same thing as good for the environment? We try to put together that jigsaw, and we take the students, we take you round a cook's tour, if I use that metaphor, around this complicated terrain, and we draw it together. You do a lot of work in and for your assignments. It's taught through 4 double-weighted modules, so instead of having 8 modules, which many conventional courses do, we doubled them up so we can have more space to look at the tensions, and then you do a dissertation. But we build choice into it throughout, through the assignments, and all I can say is the net result is pretty good. We've changed it dramatically in what we teach and how we teach in those modules, but broadly it's still the same structure, and it works. We've got students who are in the White House, in very powerful places and positions, and some running NGOs, some working in companies, some working in think tanks, some working in advisory bodies. And some, I'm a trustee of a market, famous market in London, and one of our students is there selling jams and preserves. We find our students go everywhere around the world, and they come from all over the world to it. It's a great course, but I'm biased.